The Council of Nicaea may have been the first ecumenical council, but as we mentioned before, there have been 21 altogether, including Vatican II. And though Nicaea helped clear up the issue of the divinity of Christ, there were plenty of other questions throughout the Church's history that only major councils could answer. In modern-day Turkey lies the ancient city of Ephesus, and though today it seems all that remains are ruins, its legacy is actually tied to a beloved Marian dogma. In the 5th century A.D., Nestorius, Archbishop of Constantinople, present-day Istanbul, taught that Mary was not the mother of God, but only the mother of Christ the human. The idea was fiercely denounced by the saint and doctor of the Church, Cyril of Alexandria, and the Council of Ephesus in 431 affirmed that Christ was one person. And since, according to Nicaea, he was also divine, Mary rightfully can be called Theotokos, the Mother of God. However, the question over who Christ is didn't end there. Just 20 years later, in the city of Chalcedon, also in modern-day Turkey, the fight brewed again over the nature of Christ. How was Christ truly divine and truly human? Did his divinity overwhelm his humanity? There were a number of ideas being proposed, but out of the council emerged the dogma that Christ is one person with two natures, divine and human. The councils of the early church focused mainly on Christ. Centuries later, another council would be convened, this time in light of the Protestant Reformation. The Council of Trent was held in 3 phases, spanning off and on for nearly 20 years. From 1545 to 1563 in northern Italy. Although council fathers dealt with a number of issues, there were 4 main doctrinal decisions. First, one is justified by faith and works. Protestants taught that one is justified through faith alone. Second, the council solemnly defined 7 sacraments, whereas Protestants taught there were 2, baptism and communion. 3, the council affirmed the long-standing Catholic canon of Scripture. Protestants removed several books like First and Second Maccabees, Tobit, and others. And 4th, transubstantiation. The council upheld the belief that the bread and wine used at Mass becomes the true body and blood of Christ. The council helped to usher in the full flowering of the Catholic Reformation and led to publication of the Great Roman Catechism and the embrace of liturgical reforms that endured for centuries. Similar to Trent, in the 19th century, the Church held another council to clarify Catholic doctrine. The First Vatican Council started in December of 1869. It was suspended abruptly the following October when the newly founded Kingdom of Italy occupied Rome. Still, it managed to declare the dogma of papal infallibility. Because it was suspended, it was unclear to many whether Vatican II would be a separate council or a continuation. In 1960, 2 years before the start of the council, Pope John XXIII formally closed Vatican I, nearly 100 years after it opened.